Okay, so today we have our CSU scholarship panel. I'm Erin with the California Restaurant Foundation, and I'm a proud CSU alum. I went to Cal Poly Pomona. Joining me also on the foundation team and also CSU alums, we have Kiara and Natalie.
Hello.
So we gathered some of our ProStart alums who've gone on to a CSU campus for a quick conversation about how they choose their campus, how are they paying for college, what is it like to work on campus or off campus. Um, Hopefully this is inspiring you all to consider your next step after high school and answer some of the pressing questions that I know juniors and seniors have in high school. Okay, so to kick us off, I have a great question, and we'll start with Cassie. So if you can just introduce yourself and where you are currently going to school and your major. And then Cassie, can you answer after that? How did you choose your campus and what factors went into that decision?
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name's Cassandra. I currently go to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo and I'm majoring in food science. One of the key factors playing into the college I chose was the location. It's super beautiful out here on the Central Coast. The weather's always nice. And then financial aid and scholarships also played a huge role in me choosing Cal Poly SLO.
Cal Poly. Good. Okay, next, Manny.
Hi guys, good evening. My name is Manny Cifuentes. It's so good to see you all today. I'm a student at Cal State Long Beach. I'm a fourth year senior and my major is hospitality management. A big reason why I chose Cal State Long Beach was kind of like what Cassandra was saying. It is a beautiful campus right next to the beach. And I had a few family members go to Cal State Long Beach, and plus the girl I'm seeing went to Cal State Long Beach too. So there was a lot of factors going in why I wanted to choose that school.
Yeah, go beach. All
Go
right,
Beach.
Sydney.
Hi, my name is Sydney. I go to San Diego State University. I'm studying hospitality management with an emphasis in meetings and events. I'm also minoring in digital and social media studies. The main reason why I chose San Diego State, it wasn't actually one of my top choices, but I couldn't imagine myself anywhere else. I met Corinne, the representative for SDSU, at the ProStar competition, and she gave me her elevator speech and it convinced me. I came and toured it. They had the most perfect program for me. You have to study abroad, which is an extra plus. But yeah, this school is just amazing. There's so many opportunities that I've been given.
Wonderful. Okay, Adam Samo.
Hey everybody, I'm Adam. I am an alumni for Cal Poly Pomona here in Southern California. I chose Cal Poly mainly because it has a great hands-on learning experience for hospitality, to which I graduated with a major in. They also have horses on campus, so if you really like horses, it's a good choice.
Okay, so beach, horses, I'm seeing all the girlfriends. These are the factors that help you choose where you want to go to school. I love it. It's different for everyone. So it's a really personal decision. So thanks for sharing that. Then Kiara, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah. And then I just, going off of what Kathy said, like financial aid was such a big piece for her figuring out where she went to college. So did you guys get scholarship or did you apply for FAFSA? What did you guys do to plan for tuition?
For me, luckily, I've gotten a scholarship from the California Restaurant Foundation every year going to college, and that really helped me pay for my tuition and my cost of living while being in San Luis Obispo because it can be pretty pricey out here. On top of that, I'm also part of the Educational Opportunity Program, or EOP, because I'm a first generation low-income student. And I'm also part of a great program that Cal Poly SLO has called Cal Poly Scholars. And so each of these programs offer financial assistance that has really helped me pay for everything I need to go to school. And I still do have some debt, but it's not a lot, thanks to all the scholarships I've received.
Hey, Manny, did you get any financial aid or how did you figure out how to pay for college?
Yeah, so transferring from I'm a community college transfer, so transferring from East LA College there was a lot of questions coming in like where I would get the money to pay for school. And I'm actually proud to say that my first ever scholarship in my life was from the California Restaurant Foundation.
Yay!
It really opened up a lot of opportunities for me and also it made me more determined to apply for more. So as of today's date, I've actually won 12 scholarships since then. And
Wow.
I wouldn't know where to begin paying for stuff if it wasn't for applying for scholarships, plus my FAFSA and the Pell Grant. So it's great to be a student in California.
Yeah, I can see from you and Cassie that you're stacking, right? So you get a couple thousand from this program, a couple thousand from here, you get your FAFSA, your Pell Grants, your EOP, and you make it work. All right, Sydney.
So I didn't get the FAFSA, but I have applied to a couple scholarships. I got the California Restaurant Foundation one after competing in the ProStar competition. I also, there's a bunch of hospitality scholarships like CHLA, AHLA, PCMA, which I all applied for and have gotten a couple of them. So just gonna keep applying.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Sydney. Something really unique about the hospitality industry is we have a ton of industry support. And I say this all the time, but you know, if you study English, no knock on English, it's a great major, but there aren't a lot of industry specific scholarships. But when you study hospitality, you can get scholarships from, I know you said the acronyms, but like the Hotel Association, the California Restaurant Foundation, the Event Management professionals, Coca-Cola. I mean, there's so many scholarships that are specific to hospitality, and each of your campuses, I know for a fact, promotes those scholarships and helps students get them. So I'm so glad you brought up the industry specific ones as well. Okay, Adam, how'd you pay for school?
A lot of hard work. I definitely did receive a scholarship as well, thanks to the California Restaurant Foundation. It immensely helps. I mean, every little bit counts towards books, towards classes. I mean, and books are expensive. So I was also a transfer student like Manny. So I transferred from Mount San Antonio College, which is sometimes known as Cal Poly's little sister, just down the hill. So I spent a lot of time there and transferred over with all of my credits and units.
Great. And so this is the perfect time to plug that the California Restaurant Foundation Scholarship each year is available. You apply January 1 to May 1, and you can get up to $4,000. So as we're currently talking, there's still time to apply. Okay, Natalie, I know you had a question.
I did. So since we're on the topic of money, talking about scholarships, FAFSA, financial aid, I know sometimes you want that industry hands-on connection, but also maybe a little extra pocket money for date nights on Friday, study abroad, things like that. So how did you balance working during school? Did you work during school? What did that look like? Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so for me, I've worked a variety of jobs while being in college. So my first year was during COVID. So I had like a lot of online classes, but I also worked at a local boba shop back home, which was really cool. And then coming to campus, I've since worked 2 on-campus jobs that I currently work at the same time while also doing on-campus research. Unfortunately, I don't get paid for on-campus research, but there are other opportunities out there that will pay you to do research. It can be a little bit difficult at times to manage both working and going to school, but on-campus jobs are really flexible with working around your class schedule. And like if you need time off to study for an exam, or even honestly, I work desk jobs, so I'm usually studying while I'm sitting at the front desk either way. So they're pretty flexible and it's not too demanding. We're able to work a maximum of like 20 hours, I think it is. So it's nice to have some extra money in my pocket, to have some fun, while still being able to succeed in my studies.
Hey, Manny.
I think this is probably the question that relates to me the most because I had to work 32 to 40 hours a week in community college. And then I was only taking part-time classes at the time. So transitioning to Cal State Long Beach. And in order to, you know, continue to graduate in 2 years, you have to do at least 12 units or more. And so that was a huge, huge thing for me, learning how to schedule and how to really find this flexibility of having a social life. I personally have a son, so spending time with him and also just doing homework and projects and meeting up, trying to get extra credit. Something I want to give advice to everyone watching is you got to plan and you got to schedule accordingly, because if not, you will sink. So plan ahead, talk to your managers, let them know you're in and if you're in the industry, it helps so much that they know that you're trying to pursue a degree in hospitality management, because they will work with you, but you have to communicate.
Great advice. Sydney, do you have a job? I know you're a freshman or sophomore.
I'm a sophomore.
Okay.
So freshman year, I didn't have a job. I wanted to soak in that freshman year experience, going to school away from my parents. It was amazing. I don't regret it. I did get an internship over the summer at a hotel. I did a food and beverage internship. I was really interested in the hotel side. I ended up switching to events because I was able to shadow my managers, and it was just an eye-opening experience. I worked full time over the summer, and then coming back to school, my fall semester, I didn't work, but I realized that I'm gonna need more experience in the industry, and I also want to make money because I'm going to study abroad next year. So I'm working
Where are you going to
downtown,
go study abroad?
hopefully Barcelona. That's the
Wow.
plan. But our study abroad requirement for the hospitality major, which I mentioned earlier, they're really helpful. I'm currently meeting with my advisor and we're planning the whole application and the trip. So it's been awesome. But as I was saying, I'm working at a hotel downtown and it's a part-time job. It's really fun. It's a whole different like experience because where I worked it was more just families or corporate, and I'm in the heart of downtown now, so I get all types of guests. Yeah, and they're
Wonderful.
very flexible. I also just got an internship for the summer at an event management company.
I do love that you're using your time in college to dip your toes into different professions to say, do I like events and do I like restaurants? Do I like hotels? This is the time to kind of play around before you have to commit.
Yeah.
Great. Adam?
Yes, I was also somebody that dipped my toes in a lot of different puddles here. I was a barista, a server, a bartender, and then in my senior year of college at Cal Poly, I actually had a manager training program that I was a part of. And they put me in the front of the house management. They put me in the back of the house chopping onions, opening clams and oysters. And then they put me in the event side where I actually fell in love with a lot of the industry. So similar to Sydney, I was able to experience a lot of what the event industry has to offer, and that's what I do today. But balancing time on that, you do need to make time for yourself.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up with some final thoughts. And I guess I also want students to understand, or any ProStart student watching, how fun college is and what a unique time. We talk a lot about academics and financial aid and all these kind of hard topics or big topics, but there's also so much social that happens in college, and that's just as important as I think some of the academics and others. So do you all have a highlight from college, or just a fun takeaway from college, especially if you're the first in your family to go to college and maybe not a lot of people in your community know what it's like to go to college? So is there something that you'd like to share as a takeaway?
Throughout my time at Cal Poly, so Cal Poly San Luis Obispo is known for being a predominantly white institution, and I come from a Latinx background, and I grew up in San Diego, so very diverse. So coming to Cal Poly, I knew that I needed to join a club or something that was going to get me in touch with my culture. So I joined Latina Interest Sorority, and that's really helped me balance my academics while also having a social life. So just being able to hang out with my sisters while also participating in like cultural events, having parents' weekend, doing a variety of things like that has really helped me throughout my time being at Cal Poly SLO, because San Luis Obispo is like 6 hours away from home, which isn't too far, but it's also not one of those drives I want to make every weekend. So it's been nice like joining this
Yeah, to create your family on
Mhm.
like who's your campus family and how do you find that? Is that through a cultural club, Greek life, an academic club? There is a club for everything, let me tell you.
Exactly.
This was one of my favorite pieces of advice. You go to a student club fair and then
Mhm.
you just join all these clubs because they always offer free food at their meetings and you don't have to pay for food for the semester. So you just go from club meeting to club meeting.
Exactly.
It's a hack. Okay, Manny, what was like a fun college takeaway or experience?
Before I get into that, I am proud to be first generation. My father's from Mexico and came here with not much in his pocket or a lot of other things going on. So learning how to, have a English, and Spanish, bilingual ability, and also to be the first in my family to go this far in college, and also to set an example to my son and my fellow peers that it's never really too late to go to college. It's just you have to really take the time and be dedicated. But I am proud to also say that I am a ambassador for our hospitality management club on campus. So we inspire other students who are pursuing hospitality management degrees to come inside to the club, meet employers that we have, like different employers come in. We set up meetings, we do activities, and then we network. So LinkedIn is a very, very important tool to have in the hospitality management career in your college life. So please download LinkedIn, because people won't even recognize you if you don't have it. Instagram and Facebook don't really go too far. You got to have a LinkedIn. So that's something that I learned myself too. So join clubs, LinkedIn, and then the best part is you get to meet amazing people that you'll network and build a bridge of like friendship for the rest of your life. So college has been an incredible experience. You just got to pick which school fits for you, and make sure that they meet your needs when it comes to like your program.
Ah, awesome, awesome. I'm so proud of you guys. First generation, that's always a huge step. So very proud of you guys. Sydney, what was your takeaway or fun college bit?
I'm on the exec board for MESA, which is the Meetings and Events Student Association. One of my favorite moments from college was last semester we went to New York for a student organized trip. It was completely paid for. We got to tour the most amazing venues. I fell in love with the Rainbow Room, which is the top of the Rockefeller. That's my dream place to work. So I love that. I'm also in the Armenian Student Association. So it's been really cool because I didn't really know any Armenians on campus or in San Diego. So it's really cool to have that little community. And my advice for just like college would don't skip one class, because once you skip one class, you're gonna keep wanting to skip them.
Okay, that actually might be the best piece of advice I've heard in a long time, because it's so true. You skip that one, and
Right after
Yeah.
it's
unless
so
it's like
easy.
geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great piece of advice. Yeah, and then you just stop going, and then you're like, oh God.
Oh my gosh.
All
That's
right,
funny.
Adam, what was your fun bit, or outside the classroom bit?
Yeah, so Cal Poly has this awesome little pizza joint that's right next to the campus. You can go there. They do a ton of events there, but my favorite thing was every Thursday they have a trivia night, and you can bring all of your friends. You guys all get to play trivia, grab some pizza. It's awesome. Great time to connect.
Yeah, I love this. You guys are great examples of creating community. And I think that that's a big part of college. And these are, to Manny's point, this is your professional network as well as your social. So as you grow in your career, and to put this into perspective, Natalie and I went to college together, and now we work together. And Kiara was a volunteer for our foundation while she was in college, and now she works for our foundation as well. Okay, Natalie and Kiara, do you have, I know we've graduated much earlier, but do you have anything that you'd like to, a parting thought on the college experience?
Natalie, you can go first.
Oh, okay. I would say join clubs, meet new people. This is going to be your network for years beyond what you think, beyond college. I never did clubs. I was a commuter student. So I went to campus, I took my classes, and I went back home. But I met Erin through our senior class where we had to run a restaurant. And she was probably like the one friend I made in college, because I had all my high school friends. I had all my grade school and high school friends, and I didn't need anything else.
And then I glommed onto you, never
did.
let you go.
So I think I would recommend, looking back, was maybe joining a club or two, getting some free meals while searching for clubs. and then maybe taking more classes, you see all these students that are doing clubs, they get to go explore and travel like you did, Sydney, going to New York or Chicago to the National Restaurant Association show. And I kind of missed out on that. And then study abroad, I didn't want to leave my high school friends, like I didn't want to miss a summer without my friends. And looking back, it's like, whoa, I could have studied abroad in Italy or Spain, for 3 months, college credits earned, weekends roaming the streets, it would have been
Your
really fun.
scholarships could have paid for that too, because scholarships also go towards study abroad programs. So you could actually get paid to live in Spain or England or something for a couple months. Yeah, that's great advice, Natalie.
Yeah,
All
that
right,
is.
Kiara.
I really have to piggyback off of
know.
it because it really is great advice. I did not do many clubs either. I like worked all throughout college, so I didn't spend much time on campus outside of what I had to. So yeah, I would say take more time to do more on campus. I know for Cal Poly Pomona specifically, like it was like if you stacked up Tuesday, Thursdays, because it's a commuter school, that's when they had like U hours, so you could go and it would just be like 1 hour where there was no classes, just clubs. So it was literally like they would carve out time for you to be able to work it into your schedule and stuff. So I would say definitely try to join some clubs and apply for scholarships. Like I did not apply for enough scholarships because there's so much out there, especially for hospitality, like Aaron and Sydney also mentioned. Like there's just so much available through industry foundations and stuff that are just wanting to see everyone going towards this goal, succeed. They want you to be able to go to school and be debt free, because it is insane to have to graduate with all this debt. You definitely do not need to graduate with a ton of debt. You should be able
No
to
need.
have your school paid for without a worry. Like there's so much out there. So definitely don't be afraid to apply for scholarships. It might take you a little bit of time, but once you get one solid essay like done, you can apply for multiple scholarships.
I would
It's just
also like to
a
point
matter
out
of time.
that Kiara and I had to apply for scholarships before ChatGPT. Like, you all have no excuse. My recommendation, though, because Natalie and Kiara and I do review scholarships, use ChatGPT to get you started. If you have like writer's block, or like, I don't even know how to write about myself, but you gotta go in and add your stories, fix it up. We can completely tell if
Yeah.
it's ChatGPT. Like it's
Yeah.
Add your
it's so
personal
obvious.
flair to it. Like let it start your template and then
Yeah.
add more to it.
So actually now you guys could be churning out so many scholarships. And I think it's the best use of your time, because if it takes you 2 hours to complete a scholarship and you make $4,000, you just got paid $2,000 an hour. Like take some time off of work, do what you need to do. But definitely. So I think the big advice from this group is find your community, build connection, apply for scholarships, try to work and dabble, study abroad, and maximize all opportunities. Did I miss anything big that anyone wants to chime in with? All right. Well, as a proud CSU alum amongst incredible CSU students and alumni, I am so excited to share this information, and I hope more students will continue studying hospitality. So thank you guys for your time.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.